Hello everyone, this is Terry with Futures.io, and as always, I would like to thank you for joining us today. It's my pleasure to welcome back Morad Askar, aka FuturesTrader71 from Edge Clear Brokerage for today's webinar live video panel with Edge Clear, the newest brokerage. Today's webinar will be a different format with live video and discussion from the brokers Blanke, Kevin McGee, and Max Timmins. Throughout the webinar, if you have a question, please feel free to type them into the questions box, and we'll do our best to answer them throughout the event. This webinar will be recorded and posted on the Futures.io website within 24 to 48 hours. If you're watching this afterwards on YouTube, please do us a favor and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the webinar. And as always, please feel free to share, comment, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us a lot. For trading news, events, and information, follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter using @Futures.io. And please bear with us due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Most of us are working from home, so you may hear children or animals in the background. Now, without further delay, I will hand it over to Morad, and you'll get the pop-up to share your screen again.
Okay, cool. Thanks for the intro. Always a pleasure to be on Futures.io. It's been a lot of years coming in here and talking. Hi, everyone. This is a bit of an experiment here. As we haven't done this before, a live panel on Futures.io. I want to remind everyone that derivatives trading is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. To start with, I want to just go over who Edge Clear is, what we do. Many of you have heard me talk. I'm a full-time, I'm a professional trader. I've been trading for a long time, almost 20 years this year, and I've gone on to do a lot of things. And my objective has always been to bring the community together. A lot of what Futures.io and I do are in alignment. And now with Edge Clear, we're bringing brokerage to a new level. So who are we? Real quick, we are basically the last I checked, we are the newest registered futures broker, a brokerage firm built by an experienced and award-winning team. The team is made up of 2 brokers and a director, well, 3 brokers, and we've all worked together now for anywhere from 7.5 or 7 years to 4 years. The guys that I'm bringing on with me here today are very experienced. They've been with me for a while, well trained, and we're doing this. We've decided to just go off and do something that's a little bit different than what's already on the market. This is the team right here. As you can see, I'm on the left, I think. I'm kind of looking at this in an opposite way. Myself, Morad Askar, FuturesTrader71. I'm the founder of the company, 100% owner. The goal is to be completely in control of the firm and to do this in a better way. Max Timmins is the Director of Brokerage Services. He's in charge of all the day-to-day with the brokerage. Blanke is a senior broker. He's someone I've known for about 5 years. And then Kevin McGee is also a senior broker. These are the 2 guys that are very knowledgeable and are on the front line in terms of helping traders sort out anything they need in terms of brokerage, trading. And I want to emphasize here that both Ian and Kevin are traders. They've been trading for a little bit of time now, trading their own accounts in addition to being brokers. And they've definitely, we'll talk later about their experience as brokers and traders. And they've definitely have had their share of what it's like to be an online trader through their own experience. Our vision, our goal is to be the industry leader in providing the services that bring traders together and that level the playing field. So there's a lot in our industry, other industries, as many of you know. I used to be an equities trader. In most industries, when you trade Forex or equities or whatever, you just open a brokerage account, you fund it, and it's very straightforward. You use their platform, and it's done. Whereas with futures, it's a lot more sophisticated and sometimes complicated. And so our goal is to push for, as we've done here in the last few years, to push for solutions that are online trader friendly. The independent trader, I think, is a strong presence within the futures industry, and it's a segment of the industry that I've been very focused on. I can identify with the online trader, and so our goal is to create the tools, the services, the tech that online traders need to kind of simplify their ability to focus on trading in the markets versus data feeds, software solutions, and so on. Why do we exist? So our objective is to seek out the best tech solutions while providing the highest quality of service. Many of you already know me and Max, Ian, and Kevin. We emphasize creation of innovative solutions and systems and pass those gains to the customer through better access and support. You probably heard of our 98-cent all-in, including trading platform rate for the micro indices on the futures, on the CME, things like that. We look to make deals and look where we can cut costs and pass that on to the trader. What do we offer? There's a lot here on this slide. Hopefully you can see it clearly. Let me know if you don't. But we offer electronic access to almost all futures exchanges, even some Asian ones and so on. 98 cent per round turn all-in fees for microindex futures. We offer this program called the Commission Pools Program. So if you're trading with a group on Skype, or you're part of a group of traders or whatever, you can actually combine your volume because futures, you're paid incrementally per contract, or you pay incrementally per contract traded, and your what we call a commission is actually or fees are split between the exchange, the clearing firm, the brokerage, NFA fees, sometimes transaction fees, things like that. And so when you pull your volume together, we're able to advocate and go to the clearer and get you better rates. So that's very unique. Nobody's done that. Commission pools. We see every trader as a member of the brokerage. Okay, we treat everybody as a member of the brokerage, and the more you support us, the more we're able to develop software, to develop programs, to negotiate, and to advocate for traders. Again, our goal as a broker is not to get you to trade for the lowest margin and the highest commission possible. Our goal as your broker is to advocate for you with the various clearing solutions that we have. And so those are called FCMs, right? We're building technology designed to provide the trader with prop-style performance analysis called the scorecard, as well as high-end analytics. That's on its way. Both of our senior brokers are traders and understand the importance of helping you manage risk. Without risk, you're just a gambler. Where can you find us? Here we are, edgeclear.com. You can follow us on Twitter. That would be great. You can find us on Twitter at Real Edge Clear. We'll provide announcements there, supportive information, reminders, things like that through our feed. Our phone numbers are on the screen right there, and we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Just do a search for Edge Clear. Okay, I'm gonna bring the guys on. Here we are. This is the team. This is really weird because we were looking to do this. We were looking to do this right on GoToWebinar, but that did not work out. So we did a Skype call. Hopefully it holds up. Hopefully we look good. And so I'm having to turn to the screen on the wall to see what everybody's doing. And what you have here is me in the top left corner. Top right is Kevin McGee. Bottom right is Max Timmins, and middle left is Ian Blanke. So we'd be happy to take your questions. I'm sure many are going to ask about our past affiliation with another brokerage and so on. I'm happy to take those questions later on, but I just want to tell you that we're focused on the trader right now. We're focused on building the best that we can in a more productive way with Edge Clear. Although I'm happy and I'm very, as you all know, I'm very transparent about what I do and the way I see things, the way I see the market. I'm happy to answer those questions, but I'd love to focus on what we're doing at Edge Clear as opposed to answering questions or too many questions about the past, so to speak. We're a strong team and we're here to serve you. So what are the questions? Let's take a look. Are you guys ready? Let's see. Microphone's on. Can you all hear me?
Yep, there we go.
Awesome. Okay, let's take a look here. Hopefully you guys in the audience are able to see us nice and clear and answer some of these questions. We'll answer some of these questions for you. Let's start from the top. Just slow down a little bit with the questions. I think the first question would be, you created stage 5, now Edge Clear with brokers from stage 5. Can you explain a bit of this? Let me take that at the end. I'm going to push that question to the end. The second question is there a hard time stop on this presentation? We plan to be here till 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern, I believe. Yes. So we'll be here for 50 minutes or so.
Till the draft.
What, till the draft?
Yeah, so ask away, guys.
Yeah, so what's the next question? Another question about something else. Who are your FCMs? Currently, we clear through Phillip Capital as well as Iron Beam, and we also have a clearing arrangement with Advantage Futures, and we'll keep growing those partnerships. Guys, someone's asking, Jim is asking, is micro ES included in the group volume program? What do you guys think?
So the MES, go ahead, Kevin, or Max, I mean, you can answer that one.
Yeah, I'm sure we can figure something out. Now, the commission pool, just to give you a little brief understanding on what it is it's something I'm extremely excited about. It's this innovative cost structure. So I missed the first half of this. I do want to first apologize to everyone out there. I may lose internet connection, so you may not see this beautiful face. If I do, drop out, I apologize. I'll be around though if you want to ask the questions later. But our commission pools are for trading groups. It's a concept that we took from the prop environment and the rate reduction that they can receive with volume and applied it to our set. So if you're part of a Skype group, Discord group, or maybe even just a local meetup group, hit us up. We can create a commission pool program around your group determined by volume. We will collectively pool it and pool your volume. And once your entire group hits that certain threshold, we'll then lower the commissions for the entire group. And these contracts are set up on a 365-day period. Now, to answer your question, it's a case by case per group. So we'd have to, there's a lot of different variables that we need to look into before we set that, but I don't see it being a problem in the future, and we'd be open to working towards it.
To get more information on the commission pools, this is our website here, edgeclear.com. To find that information, you can go into commissions, which will pull up another page, and at the bottom, here, it says, do you trade with a group, learn more, and that'll take you to the commission pools page. And this page explains what it is and what the structure looks like, so you can take advantage of it. So there's a form in here, fill it out, tell us what you've got. We'll do our best to get you the best possible deal. So, will there be tools implemented like the trade analyzer, and when do you expect this to be implemented? So I'll take that, Hans. The trade analyzer was a product that I created in my brokerage in 2003, 2004. It started out with a spreadsheet, and kind of evolved. Many platforms have trade metrics and performance. The scorecard is going to be that, but it'll contain many things that I did not include in the iteration that you're aware of, and with a feedback system and so on. Again, none of that can be possible without your support. So if you're going to go trade through a brokerage, if you trade through us, it helps us fund those programs. But it is a little more advanced, or quite a bit more advanced than what you're already used to. We're also working on some other things we'll talk about here in a minute. Ted asks, I currently trade stock index ETFs. How do I get started trading E-mini or micro contracts? What do you guys think?
I'll take that one. In my opinion, Ted, it might be a good start to look at the micro ES. I think we have a pretty competitive rate on that product. And if you're new to futures, which it sounds like you might be, even if you have experience trading stocks, futures are leveraged, even the micro contract, don't forget that. So that might be a good starting point to get an idea for the market movements. The micro ES is, at 1/10 the size of the E-mini S&P contract. So the movements are very similar. It has good volume. If you wanted to get started, that would be my personal recommendation or my opinion with how to get started on that.
Yeah, just remember that derivatives trading is not suitable for all investors. So just be aware that you can lose more than the value of your account if you're not being prudent with how you manage risk, okay? Loomis is asking, I'm a long-time fan of FT and S5. What can I expect to see as a benefit to moving to Edge Clear? What do you guys think?
Kevin, I'll grab that one too.
Sorry guys, I'm skipping over here, so I'm hearing half the question, so I do apologize.
Sure, no problem, Max. We get it. I'll grab that one too. Overall, I think, at least this is my perspective, this team's incredibly experienced and driven. And as Morad mentioned, we are planning on developing tools, and I believe all of us have a core motivation in mind, and that is to provide value to traders in any way we can. So through the tools, through our experience, Kevin and I have worked together now for almost 5 years, and we know the ins and outs of the industry like the back of our hands at this point. So I think what you're getting along with the future tech developments is just our quality of service and knowledge. There's very rarely a question that we cannot answer.
And when there is a question,
you'll get a person who's dedicated to your account.
Yeah, very
sorry,
true.
Go ahead, Max.
I said, and when there isn't a question when there is a question we can't answer, I just look right to Kevin. I say, Kevin, let's figure it out.
I'm super smart.
Kevin, who's got the board of trade over his shoulder there outside his window. He lives right there.
Yeah, I'm the watch of the loop.
The key thing here is we for every trader, there's a dedicated broker. So you'll have a personal account manager whose goal is to actually understand what you're doing, understand your risk tolerances, understand your personality. We take know your customer very seriously. So the goal here is that it's unlike some of the gigantic brokers where it's all kind of voicemails and messages and things like that. Selections, we dedicate a broker to you, and the goal is for you to develop a relationship with that broker long term, and for the broker to be able to recommend based on your activity and what you're looking to do to recommend and provide or look for the best solution possible. Robert asks, you have multiple FCMs. Why would I pick one over the other? What do you guys think?
It depends what you want in terms of like a data feed, platform, exchange access. There's just different kind of odds and ends between the different FCMs, but ultimately you're still going to be working with us. We're going to be answering all your questions, whatnot. So whether you're with one FCM or another, it's going to be the same kind of treatment you get with Edge Clear.
Right. That the FCM, they're so varied. They're like different car types. One has this, the other has that. Some support ACH, some don't. Some do stuff that others don't.
I like to think of it as a switchboard. It's, and this whole room was just filled with buttons. All the walls are covered. That is the amount of combinations this industry has to offer. So our job is to figure out what combination you are looking for and put you in the right spot.
Right. Marcus is asking, are you a brokerage firm with a dedicated trading platform that we must use if we open an account?
Nope.
No.
We have access to many
right.
different platforms.
Yeah, so if you like Sierra over CQG or TT or Rhythmic or whatever, Sierra over whatever, or multi-charts or Investor RT or what have you, we offer those solutions. Okay, we are, we won't talk about this too much now, but we are developing tech as well. So you have our solution, our custom solution as well. But for now, we are providing whatever's on the market. Gaurav is asking, what is the day trading margin offered compared to AMP futures? So I'm gonna, before I throw this question at you guys, since you deal with margins and commissions all day, every day, well, how do you guys feel about low margins? A clearing firm or a brokerage that offers $300-400 margins. What's your opinion of that?
I think they're great in theory in simulation mode, but when it comes to real money, real emotions, real losses, I don't think they're in really anyone's best interest unless you've kind of mastered trading and you know what your kind of style is. But when you're just kind of piecing it together, figuring it out, I think the more leverage you have, the kind of more you're gonna have to pay to learn these hard lessons.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Kevin there. I mean, I think one of the biggest things that hinders traders from some sort of consistency or trying to get that is poor risk control. And I mean, I've done it myself. Don't get me wrong. I have let myself leverage up and times I shouldn't, and it's cost me. So it's something that the low margins, when you look at the product and the notional value that you're actually trading on something like an E-mini S&P contract versus a $500 or $400 day margin offering, I mean, you're talking less than 0.5% in some cases of what the notional value is. So, would you go out and trade that much money worth of stock with $400?
Right. So to answer Gaurav's question, what is the day trade margin offered compared to AMP futures?
It would be 25% or 50% of the initial margin. So that would be 25 to
3,300 right now on the ES, I think, compared to initial margin, unless they've changed it again today.
You said 300, I think. I don't think that's correct.
3,300.
Yep.
Right. Why is that? Why do we prefer, even as a brokerage, why do we prefer that that margins remain at 50%, if not 25%, versus handing out $500 margins? Why do we prefer this?
To me, the more leverage you're using, the smaller margin of error you have with your trade, and you basically have to guess right every single time, versus when you're kind of trading with a controlled leverage, controlled margin, you can withstand a loss. You can take 5 losing trades in a row and see another day versus just going all or nothing on one trade.
Right. So I'll put this way. It is in the broker's interest, in my opinion, this is my opinion only, it's in the broker's interest to lower your margins, because then on a $5,000 account, you might click away and trade 10 lots, boop, 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 because as a brokerage, money is only made through clicking in the live market. There's no money being made when someone is simulating. Money's only made, the only way we get paid as a brokerage is for you to click. And so I want you to click more and more and more normally as a broker. But Edge Clear, our priority is not to get you to click a lot and generate a lot of commission for us. Our priority is to have you be here in 5 years, in 10 years, to slow down your process so that you have time to learn, as opposed to allowing you to take a trade where you tell yourself, and by the way, all of us have seen this on our risk system too many times, where someone says, I'll just trade 2 lots. The next thing you know, they're defending a terrible trade on a trend day, and they're piling on with a 3rd, a 4th lot, a 5th lot against the trend. And all of a sudden they're carrying 10 contracts and they're triggering their liquidation threshold, and they're being liquidated, and that incurs fees. And that's the end of that person. Basically, we've invested all this time setting this customer up, and this trader has an ambition to be a trader and to do this for a living, and all of a sudden they just, boom, flash in the pan and they're gone. So our goal is to help you by slowing you down. We do offer aggressive margin levels, but we do pay very close attention to risk, and we want to make sure that you're capable and have a plan for managing that much leverage. That's the best we can do to answer that question. CPHX, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Of all the trading platforms you have available, can you recommend a couple?
No, there's a ton of variables that go into it. It really depends on what you need in a charting package, what you need in execution, what indicators, studies, order types you need. There's probably, I don't know, 15 different variables that go into it. So it not really is just like a easy, you should do this or you should do that. It's definitely personalized to each person.
Yeah, server side versus local orders being held, all that stuff. It really is a huge combination.
I agree. We like to work with the trader, so work with you and determine what's best for you. I mean, there's a number of platforms that I've tested and really enjoyed, but in the end, it's really just what fits your needs and your goals, essentially. And it's what we want to do. We want to work with you to figure out, maybe it is multi-charts, maybe you like back testing, maybe you like programming, maybe you want something cheaper in Sierra or user-friendly. So it's more of us working with the trader, working with you, and figuring out the best solution.
Right. Jim is asking, do we get your FT71 updates and news feed if we trade with Edge Clear? I'll answer that. I mean, I do the Trader Bite. It's something I've been doing for the public openly, showing you basically my perspective on the market and my homework every morning on YouTube anyway. So you have that. But news feed, it's, we don't have an arrangement for news feeds just yet. We're not sure how that is going to fit into a brokerage. We've tried that model before, and it wasn't very effective in my opinion. But I have created Convergent Trading, which is completely unrelated, which answers a question just a couple of lines down here by Juan. I have created Convergent Trading that has CT news, that has ongoing updates and so on and so forth, but that's completely separate. I've talked about that in different places. And if you have questions about that, please go to the forum for Convergent Trading and ask questions there, and I'll make sure they get answered. Shane's asking what platforms you support. Did we kind of answer this, or I'm not sure?
Yeah, we offer many different data feeds, and it's really down to, does that platform connect to that data feed?
Right.
So most of them do, and so we offer pretty much anything out there.
Yep.
Next question, John is asking, what discounts do you offer for Bookmap and IRT? And for that, I need to again refer you to Convergent Trading. We support CT Bookmap at Edge Clear, and there's a page for it. If you go to the platforms page, in fact, I have the website up. I can show you right here. To answer those questions, just go to the hamburger menu over here and then just click on Trading Platforms, and you'll have the list of platforms. It's a lot of platforms.
Yeah, right? That's also not even an exhaustive list of platforms. Yeah. So if you've got something next to Rhythmic or CQG, then we can probably offer it.
Yeah, that's right. If a problem with a trade, where do we call? who picks up the phone? Robert is asking this.
So we're your first line of contact during the U.S. session. Call us. If you are someone who trades Globex, extended hours, overnight, talk to a broker rep so we can point you in the right direction for an FCM that offers the overnight risk desk.
Yeah, we need to know if you trade overnight or not, okay? William's asking, will you have the ability to direct deposit and accept direct fund transfers rather than checks being mailed back and forth?
ACH?
Yes.
I think
ACH, if you're saying ACH, yeah.
Yeah, you can do ACH on wires. You can do checks too, but those are very slow. Alaska Jeff is asking, would all paid members of FuturesIO be considered a commission group? What do you think, guys?
It's an interesting subject that I figure would have been brought up. We haven't talked about it, but we'll have to talk off camera and come up with a game plan. But if you want to reach out to us and let us know, if who's planning on being part of this group, maybe it's you. I mean, the minimum is 5. Obviously, FuturesIO has more than 5 members, so I don't see it being a problem. But just reach out to us, and then we'll work with you, individually to come up with a game plan, and maybe, you'll spearhead it.
Yeah, and to add to that, if you want to open a group of 20,000 people, we won't say no.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you can approach Big Mike and let him know that all of FuturesIO has to clear through Edge Clear, we'll get you the best possible rate that you can get on the market. So make that happen. When you say 98-cent round turn, would that be the same cost for either one or more than one micros?
It's per micro.
Per contract. So everything, commission, exchange fees, NFA fees in the industry are applied per contract. Fortunately, there's no way around that, so everything gets billed per contract.
Okay. Susie's asking, do you have to be a Convergent member to join Edge Clear?
Oh, come on.
No.
Accept anyone.
This is open to the public. Anybody who's qualified to have a futures account is eligible to join us, and we'd love for you to support us again. So your support helps us build the technology that we want to build and build the type of structure that supports traders that we want to build. The commission pools sound great. At what point does it make sense to get an exchange membership, and can you help with that? This is from Mac.
Yeah, we can help with that. If it makes sense or not, there's a couple different variables. Obviously, it's mostly dependent on your volume, but it's also the products you trade. If you trade every single month, or if you take a month off here, then. But we do have a spot on our website where you can get more information on that. And if you're curious, just reach out to us. We can run it through our program and figure out if there is savings. And we encourage people to look into either at least leasing or purchasing, whatever it is, so that they can save money.
Yeah. And the savings are quite large, right?
It's very large, and it's surprising how many traders that I've seen in my lifetime of being a broker that could qualify for a membership and actually save quite a bit of money. And I don't know if it's a psychological thing, but it's different. So what we want to do is put those numbers into a visual calculator, I guess you could say. And we've built it where you tell us your volume, we'll calculate it, we'll calculate the lease membership, and actually show you how much money you could save. And then we would then at that point help you get that lease or purchase a seat, depending on which one would save you more money.
Right. It's a pretty cool tool, actually, that the brokers have. All you have to do is reach out. You can reach out by going to edgeclear.com/contact and let us know you're interested in finding out about membership, and someone will reach out and see if we can help you get that membership and save money over the long run, meaning over the year or whatever. Nicholas is asking, what is your trading platform? Most of the guys I know use TOS. I use TWS, which is Interactive Brokers platform. We've answered that question, right, already? Here's the thing, my personal opinion, this is me speaking, not for Edge Clear. TOS, TWS, TradeStation, those types of platforms are really good at what they do. And what they do is they aggregate Forex and futures and equities and mix it all together and they give you this one place to do all of that. But if you are aspiring to trade professionally, it is better to get a direct market access platform and a feed of high quality. My favorite feed is Rhythmic. Rhythmic does an incredible job above and beyond anybody else, and it gives you a direct connection into the exchange, and you don't experience a lag. There's no throttling of your tick data or your quotes. That's pretty raw feed. So that's the difference. If you're happy with TOS or TWS, that's great. But if you're serious about trading futures, I would urge you to consider getting a direct market access feed from us, of course. The next question is, can grandfathered versions of NinjaTrader 8 be used with your service? This is from Magic Now.
Yes, of course. If you're grandfathered,
Yes.
You're welcome.
If you are grandfathered, yep.
Do you guys recall the cutoff dates?
June or July 2014 for CQG, and then
March
May
2015. I think it's March 2015 for Rhythmic. Yeah.
2014 for Rhythmic, 2015 for CGG.
CQG. Yep.
Yeah, if you have a license from before then please get a hold of us, and you're able to continue to use Ninja through us. Calvin's asking, will Convergent be considered a trading group? We haven't worked that out yet. Ram is saying we are more interested in the support of FT71 and team. What are the supporting tools like chat room, etc.? You guys want to take that?
Yeah, well, I'll hopefully answer part of that. There's not like a chat room or anything like that. I think that creates kind of a compliance nightmare. I don't know, Morad might be able to add to that. But you know, we have the brokers here. We want to encourage community. We actually developed our Edge Coins program as well, which encourages people to share information with each other, you know, connect on Skype, create a meetup. If you create a meetup, you actually get a ton of what we'll call Edge Coins, which can be cashed in for merchandise, like our hats here, merchandise packages that include quarter zips, koozies, all sorts of cool things. So while there's not a chat perspective or aspect, we do want to help build a trading community within the members of Edge Clear as well.
I've got to say, you know, I've done this. I did this for a long time. It was, I have to say that it's not a fit for a brokerage to do this. It's my preference that you focus on the trader development elsewhere and have the brokerage do the brokerage stuff. You know, have somebody, almost like, would you have your attorney do your tax returns? Maybe the attorney's office has somebody who does tax returns, but it's better to go to a CPA who specializes in that. And Edge Clear really is specializing in the clearing aspect, the tech solutions aspect. We're a fintech firm, and we want to build tech and let others worry about and do a great job with the chat rooms and so on and so forth. This is why I created Convergent. There's a chat room there with a dedicated head trader feed and so on and so forth. But it's not really. We don't want to go down that path again. We've tried it, and I don't think it was worthwhile, to be honest with you. Is there a chance to become a prop trader for FT71 or any other group as a subset of Edge Clear? This is by Jim. I can take that. No, there's Edge Clear is a brokerage that is catering and is treating everybody, every member, the same. We don't trade. Edge Clear doesn't trade its own account. We don't put our interests ahead of the customers, and we want to keep it that way. Jeff, is phone support available after hours? You guys want to take that?
Not at this time. We're in from 7:30 till about 4:30 in the afternoon. Say it again.
Keep going,
Yeah,
Max.
that's
Sorry,
Central
I lost everyone. I thought my connection went down again, but not at this time. I mean, it's possibly something we could do in the future, but right now we're in the office from 7:30, or in our homes from 7:30 to 4:30 in the evening.
Right. Central time, so 5:30, 8:30 to
And
5:30 Eastern.
we're also happy to schedule stuff later too, if that's the only thing that works for you. It's just a matter of planning it ahead of time.
Exactly. Kevin,
Yeah.
100% agree with Kevin.
Taz is asking, is Edge Clear only offering the micros, or are the regular ESNQ, YM, and other products also available?
We're offering everything.
Yep. Basically every major futures exchange and product.
Including some Asian ones, right?
Yep.
Including, yeah. And if there's something that you may be unsure of, just reach out to us and we'll be able to look it up and talk to our clearers to see if we have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we focused on micros for that micro program because I advocated for the micros in 2012 and have been pushing deleveraging the online trader for a while, and we believe that that's the product that's going to help traders kind of learn and not use so much leverage. So we made that kind of the important, but our commissions and cost structure are competitive for other products as well. You just have to ask. Greg is asking, well, actually, Terry has a question. Terry?
Hey, we just actually got an email question on, it says over the years, they've seen the screens that you use for your morning notes, your morning, a little trader bite that you do. How much of that information is provided by Rhythmic? And is that the kind of information they can get via Edge Clear?
So Rhythmic is an execution platform that provides some historical data. I use IQ Feed for my data. The platform that you see on the Trader Bytes and in many, I don't know how many hundreds of webinars I've done with FuturesIO, that's, a lot of that is either CT Bookmap or Investor RT. We're going to be looking to build our own platform, and that's what I would never recommend something that I don't myself use. But you can get Investor RT. You can subscribe to it direct. You can connect it to Rhythmic, and you can get the historical data from them by subscribing to DTNMA as well. You can have exactly what I have by putting the pieces together. If you choose not to do that, that's okay. Reach out to the guys you see on your screen at Edge Clear, and they'll help you connect everything. They'll help you figure out the links you need to use and getting all that stuff connected. This is what these guys are expert at.
We also have a knowledge base that's open to the public. Essentially, it's where we're going to put out a lot of our support. So overnight, if we're not there, you need assistance connecting to Rhythmic to a certain platform. Most likely, it's in there. It's just our knowledge base. You can find it more if you want to pull up the website. It's just in the hamburger menu. And it's right there, support center.
Right here.
Takes you there, and you'll be able to, go through our knowledge base and view many different articles.
Yeah. Okay. Let's accelerate a little bit here. We have about 15 minutes. Which of your FCMs offer ACH withdrawals? By John.
Phillip Capital offers ACH withdrawals. So if you have questions on setting it up or want to get an account set up there, reach out to one of us and we can help answer the questions on how that works.
Again, edgeclear.com/contact.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And for Ironbeam, you can deposit in ACH.
Correct.
Okay. Do you have a simulator account? Is that free? By Ani.
So you can register if you go to our website on the trading platforms page. There are a lot of platforms, as you probably saw. Any of the ones that list Try Now, you can get that link, and a lot of the Rhythmic ones, you'll get a demo that's good for 29 days. So if you want to register on our site for one of those, feel free to go to the Try a Demo page, select one of those platforms, and you should get an email with your credentials shortly after you sign up.
Okay, and then JLG Dev Corp is asking, are you able to take Canadian clients?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we are.
Through
Is
Iron
that,
Beam.
is that limited in any way?
No.
We can open any province of Canada.
Right. So Wesley's also asking the same question. You take Canadian citizens, sign up with your brokerage. So that's been answered. Victor, I understand the current MES margin is about $1,300 per contract. Could you elaborate on that leverage comment from earlier for Victor?
So that would be the full initial margin. Our day margin can get as low as 25%. That would be $330 per contract. But again, we want to work with you to help understand how many positions you're going to be putting on, what your starting balance is, so that you're able to put on the positions with your plan that you would want to, but it's also not a case where we're offering, $50 day margins on the micros or something like that. We want to be able to work with you to understand what you're looking to do.
Very cool. CPHX is asking, can you talk a little about the CME fee changes and how your firm will handle it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we actually just, learned a lot of it. We knew of it happening, but we learned a lot of it today. So within the next week or so, we'll be sending out an email to any of our traders discussing the new CME rules. I take it you're referring to Rhythmic. So we don't have all that information fully put together yet, but we will within the next week. So if you want to reach out to us outside and let us know that you want to have that information, once we have it fully built out, then we'll send it over to you at that time.
Yeah, and even if you're not talking directly about Rhythmic, we can answer questions that you may have about these rules. Reach out to one of us. Kevin and I have been getting a lot of those questions, I know, and we can help explain it.
Yeah. So everybody knows that the fees doubled on the full depth on the level 2 real-time feed from CME on April 1st. But CME has also indicated that on May 1st, they will start enforcing this part of the rules where they would look at each session or each connection and potentially charge for that. So if you're connecting multiple products, even if it's to the same API, whether it be Rhythmic or CQG or whatever, there may be additional costs. I suggest you go to edgeclear.com and reach out to the brokers, and they can explain in depth because everybody's situation is a little bit different. Alok is asking, is there an API to connect through NT8, NinjaTrader 8?
Yeah, that is goes back to the grandfather rule. Depends on if and when you purchased a lifetime license.
Correct.
Okay. And he's also asking what Asian markets are covered.
Osaka and then HKEX, so Hang Seng, Mini Hang Seng. We have access to both of those.
Mm-hmm.
Will there be an audio squawk feed available? I'm based in the UK, from Simon.
I think we kind of covered that earlier. We haven't worked out any sort of news feed thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that can be done. If there's demand for it, we can go out and negotiate a thing. But for now, just so you know, we launched on April 2nd. So we've been operating for exactly 3 weeks today. So we have a huge roadmap, big plans, a big strategy. But again, we need your support. We need you to join us in order for us to make these things happen. Let me run through here since we're running out of time. Could someone explain? Okay, we talked about that. You have an emergency 20. Do you have a 24-hour emergency contact number?
Depends on the clearing firm. So again, reach out to us and let us know what you're trading, and depending on what your needs and wants or goals are, we'll direct you to a clearing firm that offers a 24-hour desk.
Dirk is asking, what are the commissions for the ES? Will that include the CQG/Rhythmic fees? And I'm going to just kind of push through this one and say, reach out to the broker because your commissions depend on your level of activity, the platform you use.
You can also go to our commissions page on our website, fill out the form, and it'll generate commission structure for you.
Right. If you go to the commissions page and answer these questions, fill this thing out, and hit get quote, it'll actually provide you with a quote. Where, you know, our goal is to be as transparent as possible and give you as much information as possible for you to decide. Brian's saying, I currently trade through Advantage via an IB with we both know and use Sierra charts with Sierra chart data and routing. I don't want to change my charting platform. I'm not particular about the clearing firm, and with my previous relationship with you, Morad, Max, and Ian, I would love to move over. How long do you anticipate having a solution for my situation?
Every day changes, so just reach out to us, and we'll continue looking for a solution depending on what it is. And if you want to reach out and give us a rundown on everything you're looking for, we'll go out and look for that solution.
Brian's saying, I trade mini ES, but am interested in improving my multiple contract trade management. Is it advisable to add micro ES and trade with same bias as standard E-mini, but with more contracts? So you guys trade, Ian and Kevin. Do you want me to repeat that question? How would you answer this?
Yeah, could you repeat it? Sorry, I kind of lost you for a second there.
I trade E-mini ES, but I'm interested in improving my multiple contract trade management. Is it advisable to add micro ES and trade with the same bias as a standard E-mini, but with more contracts?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I chart the ES and then I trade the MES, so it's, I mean, they're going to move in sync, and at least with MES, you can kind of, learn and take your hits without $50 a point contract specs.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think Kevin and I could operate the same way there. I feel that MES gets enough volume and trades close enough with the ES's price that we both kind of chart the ES if we have time to place trades throughout the day, and we'll trade on the MES and focus on that learning. So in my opinion, yeah, I think that would be something to try out.
Yeah, I've always held the opinion that trading more contracts with less leverage is better than trading a bigger contract on a binary basis, meaning a one lot. This is the whole reason we pushed for the micros, is instead of getting in and out of a one lot in the ES, maybe you should trade a three lot in the micros, have less than a third of the risk, less than a third of the reward, but at least you can manage a trade a little bit, whereas with a one lot, you can't do much. Kamal, what is your actual trading platform for executing orders? Again, we have many of them. John is saying, I want a lower margin. John, that can be solved. Just reach out to edgeclear.com/contact. Let us know what you need, and we'll figure out what is best for you individually. If I use a given platform and I lose access for some reason, is there any way of closing position with some mobile app?
It depends. Depends on what data feed platform you're using.
Correct.
So again, it goes back to reach out to us, and if that's something you're looking for, we would package a mobile app with your trading platform and kind of work with you on the functionality and software needs.
Right. Antonio is asking, can you place daily loss limits on a trading account?
You can.
Yep, we can do a couple different daily loss limits. It can either be on Rhythmic, at least. It can be a fixed dollar amount. It can be a percentage of your kind of beginning of day balance. A couple different risk limits we can put in, and that liquidates your position, cancels any working orders, and then locks you from trading for the rest of the day.
This is a very strong feature, a very good feature. With 5 minutes left, we have quite a few questions remaining. Actually, we have a lot of questions remaining. Not sure how to get through this. Terry, how do you think we should handle these last 5 minutes? Do you have any opinions?
Let me see. I've been scanning through trying to make sure everything got answered. And
I mean, why don't you put up the contact page and have traders take a look at, put it in a web page, copy that question that you have, and paste it, send it to us through our contact form, and we'll reach out to you.
Okay. Why this is not showing? Hang on 1 second.
I'm seeing your contact.
There we go.
It froze.
Oh, you have to
So,
go back.
let's
Go
go to the
back to the video. Yeah, it's live now.
There you
There you go, Marty. You have the live panel clear up.
That's the right screen you're seeing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm seeing the web, edgeclear.com,
And
Twitter.
I guess I'll pose the last question here. So what is Edge Clear's plans for 2020?
Oh, that's a big one.
Get out of the
Our
shelter in
plans-
place.
Yeah.
I missed the
Yeah,
question.
we want to. Our brokers work at night in the laboratory concocting a solution for this pandemic, so we can actually get out there and interact with people. No, our strategy is going to take place in phases. Our goal, of course, is to build our membership, build our traders, and to invest heavily in tech, so that we have a solution that is kind of written for serious traders. It's also a solution that I'd like to use for my own prop going forward for prop, and so this is where our focus is for the rest of the year. Really, if we can build up and support these traders, as many traders as possible, that'll help us to kind of put together the full plan, and that is to offer all the services that a trader would need without having to join a prop firm to get the right cost structure, to get the right platform solution, to get the services that are needed to hopefully push every trader closer to their potential in terms of trading. We are really, really focused on risk management. We think risk is everything, and that's where our focus is. So for the rest of 2020, which has really started out really weird and is still being really weird, I think the main focus is whatever, our main motto is whatever is best for the trader is best for us. And so that's why we did this webinar, and we brought the team on so you know who you are, and hopefully you'll decide to join us.
Awesome. Thank you all for joining us this evening. This is a very interesting format, and I think it worked out pretty well. Again, thank you for the information in the webinar and for spending some time with us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, everyone have a good
Thanks
night.
for having us. Take care, everyone. Cheers.
Bye.